Working the hedge from the inside. I feel like there's a ton of questions around this based off the comments in the last few videos, and I get it. It's kind of weird and it doesn't make a ton of sense until you see it. And so I'm going to try and simulate that so you can see it in action. But I do want you to think of one thing before we get into the example. Is your goal to get flat, or is your goal to make money? Just because you're flat does not mean you've made money. In fact, as soon as a trader goes flat, what are you doing? You're literally looking for an opportunity to get right back in, because if you're not in the market, you're not making money. So I want you to think maybe your goal shouldn't be to get flat. Your goal should be to make money. And that's my goal. That's why I trade this way. So without further ado, let's get into an example of working a hedge from the inside. All right, here we go. Off to the charts. Here's the scenario. You started out with 50,000 units, you cleared back here in July 4th or 5th, and this thing went straight up. So you trimmed, and now you're 422 pips apart right here. You've got 15,000 units left on the bottom side, and you've got 15,000 units on the top side, 422 pips apart. What do? Well, it's just the same strategy. You're going to trim on the outside, or we're going to start working a position from the inside, right? So how do we do that? You're going to pick a place somewhere in this market that you would say, hey, if that got to that point, maybe it would bounce. I would say down in here looks like a little bit of a sticky spot. So maybe somewhere right in there, that's kind of a target area. You're looking for support or resistance inside. It doesn't have to be in the middle. It doesn't have to be on the bottom, it doesn't have to be in the top. It's just in between the two positions. You're looking for some type of support or resistance. And that's that to me, somewhere right in this area, just a range. It doesn't have to be exact. Remember, we are hedging, doesn't have to be exact. So let's just kind of advance forward here a little bit. Let's see if that can get up. No, it's not going to get in the money. So it's grinding down. Let's go. Let's advance to the next day. This is the 17th at 7 a.m. Okay, give it a little bit of work. Kind of seems like maybe right here it's created a little bit of a new support. So maybe that's our new target zone. Okay, and let's see what the next day brings. Go forward another day. Ooh. Wow, did you see that? That baby tanked. Okay, so we wake up at 7 in the morning and we're down here. We've definitely gone through a bunch of support and resistance levels. So what are we going to do? You're going to buy right here because this came down. It's hitting some support and we're looking for a bounce. So let's enter a new position. Now remember, you started with 50,000 units, you've whittled down to 15, so you've got some margin to work with. I'm going to put in 30,000 units, 2, 3, and we're going to buy right at the market, okay? So that's our position to buy. Now, we got to protect that 30,000 units with a hedge. So at the same time, you're going to put a 30,000 sell stop, and that's going to be 30 pips below the market. What's the market at? Right there, 1.29. So it's going to be 28861. Is that right? Let's just double check that. 30 pips below, so 1.29161, 1.28861. Yeah, look at that. Did that math in my head. Okay, so that's going to be our sell stop. So we've got a market, our position we're going to buy right at the market, and we're going to protect it 30 pips below. All right, let's move this forward like 5 minutes and just make sure it picks up the trade. There we go, and we're off. So let's move it like an hour, see what happens. It's instantly out of the money. That's fine. Oh, darn. We picked up the hedge. Okay, so now we're hedged. We got 15,000 way up top, 15,000 way down at the bottom, and 30,000 in between. So all we have to do now is see what happens. We're going to advance this at an hour at a time. So for 30,000 units, we're looking for 3 times 40. We're looking for like $120. Right now we're at 38, so we're looking for $120, give or take. Let's just say this, we're looking for about 40 pips right there. And to the bottom side, if that was the one that came into play, we're looking for 40 pips right there, okay? So let's see if we can get there. Ooh, look. We are now going to trim from the inside. So now we're trading from the inside. We've got a mini hedge inside, and we're going to trim this bad boy from the inside. Let's get rid of this green line. No longer comes into play. So we've got 30,000, let's see, 15,000 units on the top. We've got 30,000 units we just picked up. 1, 2, 3. 15,000 units on the bottom and 30,000 units right there. Our long 30,000 is the one that's in the money. It's in the money $126. So we're going to trim this outside short position, right? So we're going to go 15,000 units. It's out of the money, $364, and we are going to apply $96 to it. And we're going to make $30. And I want to keep track of that, okay? So we're $30. I'm going to have a little calculator right here that's going to keep track of our profits. So $30 on that. Okay, so that's going to have us trim 3,956 units of this position down here on the bottom. So we are going to partially close that guy. 3,956. That's a 26.4% trim. Hit save on that. We're going to close this guy by 100%. And let's just advance this just a couple minutes to make sure everything worked out, which it did. So we now have on the long side 15,000 units left. And on the short side, we have 30,000 right here, and then we have 11,044. And so we're off balance by 26,044 units. So how do we protect that? We got to put a buy stop. This will be a buy stop of 26,044. And we're going to do that 30 pips above the market. So 1.29909. Okay, that's our buy stop. Okay, so that would even us out. 26,044 and 15,000. That's going to equal 41,044 units. Okay, now if this goes up and hits it, that's fine. That's fine. Don't sweat it. That's okay. If it comes down, we're just going to squeeze that. Squeeze it all the way. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Let's advance this. So it's going down. We're at 43. So we're going to move this down to 73. Because remember, we're squeezing, maintaining 30 pips. It's at 37. So we're going to squeeze this to 67. I'm just advancing this an hour at a time. Whew, that was a nice one. So now it's at 12. So we're going to change this to 42. Just squeezing away. There we go, 95. So that's going to take us up to 25. Just squeezing away. Just squeezing away. Oh, wow. So not only are we squeezing, we're now in the money. So remember, we're trying to get to about 40 pips on this position. We're only holding him in this long position. This guy's still a buy stop. Advance at an hour. Whew, that's close. We get there? I didn't quite take it. Is it going to come back down? Oh, there we go. Okay, look at that. So we popped down. It's like 3 in the afternoon. Boom. We are now working the hedge. So up here, we've got 15,000 units. That's $470 out of the money. You see that? $15,470 out of the money. So we're going to put right here on the calculator. We're out of the money, $470. That 30,000 unit position is in the money. Whoops, 30, 1, 2, 3 is in the money, $186. So we're going to pocket $30. So we're going to add $30 right here. So now we're up $60 because we went 30 and 30, right? And we're going to apply $156 to that outside position. Whoops. So let's go right here, 156. So we're going to close 4,979 units of this position. First things first, drop the buy stop. It's no longer in play. Get rid of it. Okay, so now we're going to close this top position, 4,979 units. Okay, and we're going to close 100% of this guy. Okay, let's just move this forward by 5 minutes just to make sure everything took place. Perfect. So now we have on the top 10,021 units, and on the bottom we still have our 11,044 units, and we're off balance by 1,023 units. How do we protect that? With the buy stop. So we're going to come over here and we're going to have 1,023, and we're going to put that, this is going to be a buy stop for 1.28563, because that's 30 pips above the market. So there's our buy stop for that 1,000 units, and we're just going to kind of see what happens here, right? Move that forward a little bit. Nothing exciting. Maybe we'll go to the next day. It's still within 30 pips. Move this an hour. Oh, look at that. Did you see it? Picked it up in that hour. So here we go. We've got 2 long positions and 1 short position. So now you're like, well, now what do I do? I still have this up here. Remember, it's all about, like, right here might be a near side resistance level. So you might look at having a position right there, or down here might be a near side support level. Just something to keep your eye on. Doesn't have to be right there. You know, you're just kind of keeping your eye on the market for an opportunity of place to get in. Let's advance this forward just a little bit. It's kind of just channeling right there. This feels like it's even got 2 signs of support right there. So something worth keeping an eye on for sure. Yeah, it's kind of getting down there. Would that be a good place to put a buy? Yeah, might be. Because here's the deal. You're only holding 10,000 units, or 11,000 units. You've got like a lot of movement. So we could look at putting another 30,000 unit position in right there. So let's do it. So we're going to buy 30,000. Because remember, we're bouncing off support. This is going to be a buy at the market. 0.5. So that's a buy stop or a buy. Now we need to protect that 30,000 units with a sell stop. Okay, so 30 pips below the market would be 1.28118, 1.27818. Dang, that's good stuff right there. This is going to be our sell stop. All right, so we have a buy for 30,000 and a sell stop for 30,000 if it hits it, okay? So, ooh, that's moving in the right direction. It's not quite 40 pips, but it's moving, right? Where's 40 pips? Right about there, just below that other position. See if it gets there. Ooh, look at that. Did you see that? You see what's happening right there? Okay, so we're gonna trim the bottom side. So we've got 11,044. It's out of the money, 150 bucks. And our position is in the money, 119, right? That long position, it's in the money, 119. So that gives us $89 to apply to that. So we're going to close this bottom position by 6,553 units, or 59.3%. That's awesome. So let's get rid of this sell stop. We don't have to have that in place anymore. No need to protect that. We're going to come in here. We're going to close this by 6,553. We're going to hit save right there. We're going to close 100% of this. And we're going to move this forward about 5 minutes just to make sure everything cleared. Perfect. So now what we have left is we have a 10,021 unit position up here on the long side. We have a 1,023 unit position right there. We no longer have this 30,000 unit position. That's gone. And our bottom side is 4,491 units. How much money did we just make on that? Wasn't that 30 bucks? Another 30 bucks? Yeah. So another 30 bucks. So we're making money all along the way. We're lopsided, right? We've got 11,000 on one side, 4,000 on the other. So we've got to protect our long positions with the 65.53 sell stop. So 65.53. This is going to be a sell stop. 30 pips below the market. So 1.28200. It just worked out to be exactly even. And away we go. Look how we're down to 11,000 units on the side, but we just made 30 bucks. Do you see how that margin in trading from the inside continues to whittle the outside, making you money along the way? All right, let's advance this an hour. So that moved up. You're at 56. So now we're squeezing. Move it another hour. All right, we've picked that up. So now we have a short position of 44.91 and a short position of 65.53 and a long position of 10,021 and one of 1,023. Let's just see where the market takes us. We're looking for 40 pips from here. And we're looking for 40 pips from here. All right, here we go. Ooh, that's pretty close. Is it going to get there? There we go. I know it doesn't seem like much. It's like a $4 trade. It doesn't matter. We're just going to trim and trim and trim. So we're going to trim that guy out, and we're going to take this long position and apply it to this short position. So we only have 44.91 down there. It's out of the money, 82 bucks. This position is in the money, 4.35. So we're going to apply $3.33 to that, 3.33, which means we're going to trim it 182 units. Just the way the math is. Every little bit matters. So we're going to, it's a 4% trade. So it's not like you're not like trimming something. So you're going to take out 182 units right there. We're going to close 100% of this guy. We're going to move this forward 5 minutes. That closes out. This is now gone. So we have a 10,021 up top. This position, this little position right here is no longer there. We've got 40, this is now 43.09 and 65.53, which means we're off balance 841 units. We got to protect the short side now. So we're going to put in a buy stop for 841
units, and that's going to be 1.29341. That's your buy stop. So what is this? July 23rd. So and that was $1. We made $1.30 plus 1 point. We'll just call it $1. So we're like at $91. Okay, so we have a buy stop of 841 units, and we also have 2 short positions and 1 long position, and we're only holding 10,000 units. And so it's time to get back in with like another 35,000 units. Because remember, we gotta work from the inside right now. As long as we're inside those outside positions, we can play ball. So here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of running this buy stop, we're going to actually sell 30,000 units right here. We're going to sell at the market 30,000 units. Boom. So we've got a 4309, a 6553, and then we just opened 30,000 units. Okay. So now we need to have a buy stop of 30,841. And this is going to be 30 pips above the market, so 1.29332. Okay, so we're going to pick up 30,000 units, and we have a buy stop for an additional 30,841, which balances us in the overall universe if it comes around to that. Okay. All right, let's just move forward and see what happens 1 hour at a time. Can you get around 100, like 40 pips? So what is that? I think it's like $120. So anyway, that's our goal, somewhere in there. Let's pick up our stop. There we go. Picked up our hedge. So now we're hedged right there. And let's just see what happens. Ooh, there we go. So this should be 40 pips. There's our goal right there. We still have a goal of 40 pips right here. In case it flushes back down, doesn't really matter to us which way it goes. Let's just see where the market takes us. Did it get there? Oh, look at that. Okay, so 30,841 is in the money, $180, and we have this outside position here of 4309. That's the one we're going to trim. So 4309, it's out of the money 119. 30,841. It's in the money 180. We're going to pocket $30. And we're going to trim, so we're going to be able to apply 149. We only need 119. So we're going to actually make a little extra money on this trade. So that takes us to like a $210 profit. And we're going to close 100% of this guy. And we're going to close 100% of this guy. Now, on the long side, you've got 10,021 units. On the short side, you have 30,000, and 6553. So we've got to protect that bottom side with the 26,532 unit hedge. 26,532. This is going to be a buy stop at 1.2. So that's going to be 1.29940. So we're going to hedge that at 1.30240. And that's going to be our buy stop. So that goes right there. It's going to go away. This is still our 40 pip target on that. And now just see what happens. We're just cooking away, making some money. So that went down 779. So we're going to move this to 079. So now we're squeezing that just a little bit. Now it's 57. So we're going to move this to 87. Going to move this
Oh, wow. Look at that. So this is now at 952. So that'd be 252. And potentially we might get into the money on that position. Holy smokes, look at that. So we are now going to trim the hedge yet again, okay? So we have this outside position up here of 10,021 units, so 10,021. It's out of the money, $284. We have a 30,000 unit position that's in the money, 148. So we're going to pocket $30 plus 30, and we're going to apply $118, 118. So we're going to trim this by 4,064 units. First thing we don't need it anymore is that buy stop. We're going to get rid of that. We are going to trim this by 4164. We're going to close 100% of this position. Move this forward 5 minutes just to make sure everything cleared, which it did. So now, what do we have left? We've got 58, 57 up top. We've got 65, 53 down bottom. So we have a difference of 696 units. But do you want to just stick around with 5,857 units in the market? I would say no. Not me. I would probably say I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy the bounce. So I'm going to pick up 40,000 units because I have margin for 50,000, and I'm going to buy at the market right here. And I'm going to protect that 40,000 unit position with a 40,000 unit sell stop. 30 pips below the market, so 1.28072. There's our 40 pip sell stop, and let's see where we're at. Okay, so we've picked up our long position, and it's kind of just sitting right there. Let's see what happens from here. We probably want about $160. It looks like it's moving up. Not quite 40 pips. It's getting close. What's 40 pips from right there? It's getting close. Let's give it another hour. Didn't hit it. Oh, darn. So look, it didn't hit it. Got close. You could probably be like, oh, I should have closed that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So now we're looking for 40 pips to the bottom side because it just doesn't matter, right? 40 pips right there. That's what we're looking for. Move this forward. Keep moving it and see what happens. Ooh. Kind of hit it, but it didn't like close on the hour. So we're just kind of grinding through. Kind of going sideways right there, isn't it? Okay. Let's just advance to the next morning. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So now we're 40 pips in the money. Woo, buddy. What do we do from here? Oh, I know what we do. We trim the stinking hedge. So top side, we've got 5,857 units. It's out of the money, $218. We have a 40,000 unit position on the bottom side. We also have a 40,000 unit position on the top side, right? Yep. So we're going to, this is $166 in the money. We're going to keep 40, so plus $40 up here. And we're going to apply 126. To that position, 126. So we're going to close 57% of it, or 3,385 units. So we're going to close. And you just keep doing this. I'm sure you're starting to be like, oh, I get it, man, I get it. This is like a 40-minute video. I get it. We're gonna close 100% of this. Gonna move this forward 5 minutes. So that leaves us now. We have a 40,000 unit long position. We have a 2472 unit short or long position, and we have a 6553 unit short position. So we're off balance 35,919 units. That's what I'm saying is it just doesn't, you're not trying to get flat. You're just trying to make money because we just made $40. Okay. So we got to protect that with a sell stop. 35,919, 30 pips below the market, 27377. And so that's our backstop right there. And now we just kind of see what happens. Advance the market an hour. Still sitting 72. So we can move that up 5 pips, 42. Give it another hour. Move that up another 5 pips to 47. See how we're just like constantly squeezing every last little bit. Move to 87, so now we can move this to 57. Just squeeze. 95, now we're moving this to 65. Come back down, is it gonna hit it? Yep, picked it up. So there you go. Now we have 42,472 units on the top, on the long side, and 35,919 and 42. So now we're balanced. Our hedge is now balanced yet what again? So what are we doing? We're looking for 40 pips here or more, or 40 pips from here. Boom. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, so here's another scenario. We've got 2,472 units up here at top. $102 out of the money. We're $149 in the money right here. So we're going to make $47, right? So plus 47. We're going to close 100% of this position. We're going to close 100% of this position. Move this forward 5. Okay, so what does that leave us? They're kind of sitting on top of each other. You can't see them, but what we have is a 40,000 unit long position left, and we have that 6553 short position in there. Oh man, we're up $327 on this trade. That's fun, huh? So fun. It's just like science. It's math. It's just math. Cool. We got to protect. We have to protect our deficit of 3,447 units. We got to protect that. So we're going to put a sell stop of 33.47. 30 pips below the market, so 1.26903. There's our sell stop and move forward. Oh, look, snagged it right out of the gate. An hour later, picked it right up. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But hey, one thing to point out, remember how like we had a 400 pip hedge a couple weeks ago? What's this? 144 pips. So I think you get the point. All you're doing is constantly trimming, squeezing, adding in the middle, trimming, squeezing, adding in the middle. We went from a 400 pip spread to 144 pip spread. And honestly, I don't know that you'll ever get 400 pips because you're constantly grinding. I just set that up so you could see what it takes to narrow down a 400 pip spread. This is like already a 38-minute video or whatever. This is already a really long video, so I'm not going to keep going. You get the point though. You just are constantly trimming, squeezing, and adding back in. So when it's all said and done, I don't think you should think about just getting flat. Think about making profits. The goal is not to get flat. Nobody makes money just because you went flat. The goal is to make money by trimming the hedge. There you go.